Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching this video. I would like to express my gratitude today for Jury Priban for helping me to participate on this conference. I am Izabela Zonato Villas Boas. I'm from Brazil. I'm a master's student, and I'm here today to present my research about why socio-legal research is important for combating human trafficking. So human trafficking has some specific characteristics. One of them is that this crime moves billions of dollars every year. This is one of three most profitable crimes. Between them are the drug trafficking and the guns trafficking. And the crime can happen, the human trafficking can happen in national and international level. The reflex of these crimes, they are undeniable. The damages of this are not only for the victims, but for also the society and the family of the victim. Everyone is a potential victim. Nobody is excluded for this crime. There are no specific physical, gender, or age characteristics. You can be old, you can be new, doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, you are a potential victim for this crime. This is a crime that can be carried out with the use of physical violence, coercion. It can also occur through abuse of vulnerability in special or power and deception. More than half of the cases are due to financial needs of the victims. There are multiple forms of exploitation. For example, the exploitation that looks for people in the mineral sectors. And here I'd like to explore a little more about the sexual exploitation. Sorry. There are different forms. So between them, women and girls in the report of the global report on trafficking persons in 2020. So the last report that mentioned that 65% of the victims are women. So here we can see that 46% are women and 19% is girls. So together it represents 65%. And the most verified form is the modality forms is the sexual exploitation. And here together women and girls represent 92%. Here we can see that 67% are women and 25% are girls, so together 92%. The large number of victims, so, is women. This occurs because we have additional barriers for women to overcome the situation of poverty. These situations can be represented by discrimination against women, difficulties to enter in the labor market, age gap that exists between men and women. So because of all the situations that I just posed here now, proposals for work in another city or country can be seen as opportunity for women seeking the independence. So in order to go out of this situation of poverty, of discrimination, women can be in a trap just to look for independence. So they can be in a problem just because they are looking for a better situation of life. The International Labor Organization recognizes and emphasizes that the human trafficking presupposes the naturalization of inequalities, violations of human rights, economic, social, and cultural factors lack. So we have a huge lack we can be, this lack can be economic, social, and cultural. So, and especially for women. And the scenario is aggravated by problems such as unemployment, misery, discrimination, violence, and poor access to health, education, housing, and decent living conditions. Especially in relation to women, the ILO says that human trafficking presupposes the naturalization of inequalities and human rights violation. When we talk about the COVID-19, emergency actions were adopted, such as the quarantines, limitation on economic activities and public lives. We had restrictions about our travels and anything. Here today, we have this online conference just because of COVID-19. And society and economy had to readjust themselves to be adequate to these impacts of the pandemic. Such adaptations also occurs in the criminal spheres, where the criminals are permanently adjusting into innovations in the globalized world, especially through using the technologies. So we have a huge number of victims that was initially exploited and convinced to go out of the country looking for a better opportunity, for example, just because of use of technology. For example, we have on Facebook job opportunities that are not really job opportunities, but a trap of human trafficking. Before the COVID-19, we had little improvements in to reach, for example, the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. The SDG 5 are to have the gender equality, and here we can see on these figures that they still remind the enriched inequalities. So we have a huge inequality still today, until today, sorry. And here we can see that with the COVID-19 implications, with lockdowns increasing, the lockdowns are increasing the risk of violence against women and girls. The violence can happen in physical sphere, sexual sphere, or physiological sphere. So the cases of domestic violence have increased 13% in some countries. And here we have some potential impacts. Oh, sorry. Here we have some potential impacts. Looking the COVID-19, the United Nations for Drugs and Crimes highlight that impacts for the government and authorities regarding the provisions of essential services to victims and to victims of crimes. So we have a worse and worse situation, especially here in Brazil. We have a big difficulty to help victims that just come back to Brazil and they cannot be declared as victims for the society. They need to be protected because of damages in the social sphere, economic sphere, and psychological sphere. So the identification of victims are difficulty in normal situations, under normal circumstances, and may become more difficult due to the pandemic. So this is here we have my question. Why socio-legal research is important to combating human trafficking? Well, considering that the sociology makes the relationship between the social and the legal reality, it is possible to understand that socio-legal research is necessary to understand the trafficking persons, the human trafficking, as a social and legal fact in order to seek solutions for this problem as this fact causes. The identification of victims of human trafficking, as I said, now it's difficult under normal circumstances, and give the COVID-19 scenario, this pandemic scenario, government, authorities, and society are going to a restrictive period. Here in Brazil, for example, on March 19, we have 1 year exactly of restriction and quarantines. So 1 year in quarantine. And this period, we need to pay attention and focus especially on combating this kind of crimes, because they are so serious and the victims are not always not identified easily, and the difficulties about the technology. We have a huge technology, but we also have a really difficult to find solutions, because as I said, we are looking for different situations, different opportunities, different kind of technologies, but also the organized crime are looking for this kind of technologies, the new opportunities, and new kinds of crimes. Well, so in the sum, I think that I think that the sociology of law, the legal research can contribute with the combating human trafficking, going for the social study to understand the society and look for solutions to problems like human trafficking. Thank you very much. Once again, I'd like to express my gratitude to Jihip Ribbon for helping me to participate in this conference. Thank you so much. I will be very happy to receive a mail of you or anything that I can help. You can find me on this email or on my Instagram. Thank you so much.